Imagine discovering a tiny artifact that could rewrite the very first chapters of human hunting history. That's exactly what a team of researchers believes they found buried in the rugged foothills of Uzbekistan's Tian Shan Mountains. At Obi Rakhmat, an ancient rock shelter long studied for its trove of prehistoric tools, scientists recently came across something so intriguing. It's shaking up what we thought we knew about our ancestors' inventions. But here's where it gets controversial. Could these 80,000-year-old stone fragments actually be the earliest evidence of arrowheads on Earth? Let's dive in. Researchers believe that these small, triangular stone pieces, expertly crafted and sharpened, are so narrow that they could have only tipped thin, arrow-like shafts. No other weapon fits the bill. According to a new study in the journal PLOS ONE, their position within sediment layers suggests they date back an astonishing 80,000 years. Compare that to the previously oldest arrowheads found in Ethiopia, which are only 74,000 years old. If this is true, the timeline for human use of advanced hunting weapons just got pushed back by another 6,000 years. The Obi Rakhmat rock shelter has long been a hotbed for archaeological finds. Excavations going back to the 1960s have pulled up a mix of wide blades, thin cutting tools, and small points known as microliths. However, these tiny microliths were often ignored in earlier digs because they were broken and looked insignificant. But here's the part most people miss. Co-author Hugh Plisson points out that the pattern of damage on these microliths matches what you'd see on arrowheads that had actually been fired and used. That's the kind of subtle clue only a trained specialist would spot, and it could make all the difference in interpreting the site's history. So who made these extraordinary tools? That's still up for debate. The big question is whether they were crafted by Homo sapiens, modern humans, Neanderthals, or possibly another, now extinct human lineage. In 2003, bits of a child's skull and teeth were discovered at Obi Rakhmat. While the teeth appeared Neanderthal-like, researchers couldn't definitively assign the skull to any one species. This ambiguity adds a fascinating twist. What if early humans and Neanderthals were both living here, maybe even learning from or competing with each other? Let's put this in historical context. Neanderthals roamed Europe and Central Asia from about 400,000 to 40,000 years ago, a span of time rich in evolutionary experimentation. Traditionally, they're thought to have favored hefty hand axes and sturdy spears for close-quarters hunting, using teamwork to bring down large prey like reindeer or bison. By contrast, Homo sapiens are credited with inventing increasingly complex weapons over time, such as lightweight arrows, barbed spear points, and more. And here's a controversial thought. The conventional wisdom has long claimed that Neanderthals simply weren't innovative enough to invent delicate projectile points. But is these Uzbekistan microliths truly are arrowheads? And if they turn out to be Neanderthal handiwork, could it be time to rethink this old stereotype? Co-author Andrei Krivoshabkin notes that the emergence of these tools in Central Asia coincides with what many experts see as the arrival of anatomically modern humans spreading out of the Middle East. These pioneering humans, armed with sophisticated hunting tech, may have outcompeted the Neanderthals for game, a vital resource in tough Ice Age landscapes. Why does all this matter? Hunting was a survival lifeline for both Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. But did advanced hunting methods spread more quickly and to a wider range of places than previously believed? One thing remains clear. Finding the sites where our ancestors' hunts actually unfolded is incredibly difficult. Even so, this latest study hints that ancient humans, and perhaps even Neanderthals, were more sophisticated, creative, and adaptable than we often give them credit for. As University of Connecticut archaeologist Christian Tryon observes, "We continually underestimate our ancestors' abilities. What's your take on all this? Do you think the evidence is strong enough to claim these are the world's oldest arrowheads, or that Neanderthals may deserve more credit as inventors? Or do you believe it was early modern humans who brought this knowledge into Central Asia and beyond?" Let's hear your thoughts, and don't be afraid to challenge the mainstream. Could this discovery spark a true rethink of our evolutionary story? Add your opinion below and join the discussion.